when I kissed her goodnight that night, and she said to me, "I want you to know, Jack, that I always loved you." And I says, "You don't have to tell me that." I says, "I know it." And next morning she was supposed, because the hospital told me I had to move her, so I had arrangements made for the next morning at 10 o'clock to move her to the Nathaniel Witchell home, which was something like $350 a day to keep her there. And money didn't mean anything. And I felt it's close to my house. It's about a 10-minute drive. And I came the next morning at 10 o'clock to make sure everything was going well, that she gets moved. I made the arrangement, went over to Whittrell, made the arrangements for everything. And when I came at 10 o'clock, about 10 to 10, I see there's a curtain around the bed. So I figured, well, they're getting her ready for the removal, you know, changing her clothes. But I noticed that all the nurses and the two doctors are looking at me. So I went over to the nurse's desk, and the doctor comes over to me. He takes me by the arm, and he says to me, "Hey, come with me, I have to talk to you." Well, when he said that, I knew there was something wrong, and I said, what's wrong? I said, I knew there was something wrong, and she was gone. And he said, "You got to come with me." And I almost passed out, so they got a wheelchair for me. And they wheeled me into a room. And the priest came, and he said to me, "Jack, you want me to get you a rabbi?" And I said, "No, don't get me anybody, because nobody can help me now." And he said to me, "Well, do you mind if I say some prayers for you?" I says, Father, you can say anything you want. I want to go home. That's all I want to do. I just want to go home. I decided to write this letter to her. And this is what I wrote to her. I wrote, rather, to the Greenwich Times. And I'd like to read it to you. "A few months ago, my wife, Bertha, left this great veil of tears, and I was really grief-stricken. I was surprised how suicidal one can become when you lose a loved one. When I was mourning my wife's departure, I did a lot of thinking and asked myself many questions. What is it all about? What is the meaning of our lives? What is the real purpose of our struggle and spiritual hunger, our victories and achievements, our sacrifices and our suffering? What are we living for? I believe you will discover, as I did, that love is what it's all about. The love of God and man. And when you have found out what it's all about, you will know that the object of life is not to be smart, but wise. Not to be rich, but generous. Not to be a racist or a bigot, but tolerant. Not to be powerful, but loving. Not to serve yourself, but to serve humanity with courage and charity.